very much. Comrade Vladimir?
Vladimir, that's his name. Mm-hmm.
And Comrade is in some fashion related to Mr. Volkov, is that correct?
Yes, well, it's a term they use in this communistic Russia, and I don't know whether Volkov is a communist or not, but he refers to his friend as Comrade.
All right, well, we'll get into that a little bit later on. Right now, if you would please welcome our first guest, Manager Freddie Blassie, along with Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Not a lot of room over there on that sofa with all that big beef there. Former tag team champions.
Will you quit saying former tag team champions? They
Blassie?
did not lose a title. They were cheated out of it. 1-2.
Okay. By the way, if you can hear in the background, you can hear perhaps our director, Kerman Silfies, calling shots. Camera one. We seem to be having a little audio problem here, but I'm sure on TNT we'll persevere. What do you have there, Mr. Blassie?
The Sheik is known by two things.
Only two?
Education, the most important things in life. Education, number one. And then his wrestling ability. You know what they're doing now? Look at the little booklets for kiddies. They've got the Iron Sheik's picture on the front, where appropriate, where it should be. Right on the front. That's a little booklet. Take notes. And here's something what those pencil neck geeks should use when they go to school to write their homework in. See, the Iron Sheik's picture, because you don't want to lose that book. Because the Iron Sheik will grab you, I guarantee you.
Somehow I can't imagine the Iron Sheik is much in the way of a merchandising giant. I can't.
You gotta be kidding. His doll is surpassing all the other dolls by at least 5-6 to 1.
His doll?
Outselling him. That's right. The doll of the Iron Sheik. Outselling the others 5-6 to 1.
What doll? Can we take a? We were scheduled to go to some videotape footage, but if you don't mind, we would prefer not to. Let's stay with this. What are you talking about, Mr. Blassie?
Show him the doll, Sheik. Show him the doll. There it is.
Cameraman, zoom it.
That's it. Get right in
They
close.
found out American chief. The kids have to grow up like the Iron Sheik. Number one, education, and number two, look at the body. Look at the statue of the Iron Sheik.
Pardon me, Mr. Sheik. You feel then that the youth of America, based upon this notebook, whatever we see here, and a doll, the youth of America then is looking up to the Iron Sheik. Is that correct?
That's right, because they found that today generation, if they wants to grow up good for the country, they should grow up like the Iron Sheik.
Right.
Number one, be the education, be the best college degree, physical education degree. Number two, you have to have a body like that so you can defend for your own country. Look at, I respect America, they respect the Sheik.
Let me ask you a question then. We were just handed this. What would happen if that doll met this doll?
What do you mean? Who is that doll? Let me look.
Wait a minute. This is the Hulk Hogan doll.
What do you mean Hulk Hogan doll? Look at. They found out nobody found out about this. Let me see that. You don't mind. This is a Hulk Hogan doll.
Oh no! Are you kidding me? Come on.
Look at that idiot Hulk Hogan. Look at you. Oh, you make me sick. Are you the Hulk Hogan? Are you really?
Stay here.
You want to be like the Sheik? You want to be the top?
Hey!
Look at
What would happen?
Hey!
What would happen if Hulk Hogan met the Iron Sheik?
Well, we can show you. Come on, Sheik. Get down here. Show him what. Yeah.
All right. What would happen here?
All right. Boom!
That's it.
Get up, you coward, you! Get up, you yellow coward! Boom!
Yes, son. Look at him.
You got him,
Look
Sheik!
at him.
No!
Yes.
1, 2, 3! Yeah, the winner!
champion.
The winner! The winner! The new champion! The new
I
champion!
open
Here,
it.
take
Just a
that
minute.
belt off!
This
Take that
belt.
belt off!
That's it.
He's
This
not
belt.
worthy of that belt. That's your belt,
That's it.
Sheik.
They
Put
put
it
it
around.
on. That's
There
it.
it is. The new world champion.
Hulk
The
Hogan.
Iron Sheik.
You are
There you are.
Sheik.
Number
The
one.
Sheik
Number
looking
one.
for you.
There you are, Hogan.
All right. We'll be back.
Toy.
Yes.
Toy.
come on.
Toy.
Put him down.
Toy.
We'll be back with more TNT.
Вареники да вареники, не пошиты старенькие. Вареники да вареники, не пошиты старенькие.
Товариш!
Николай!
Владимир!
Николай!
Як це
я
виживаєте,
понимаю,
тихо?
як
О,
це
товариш!
Как тебе
а,
не
це
сердце? Ольга,
Як тебе, бабушка
Николай!
жива, жуличка, а? Як ви виживаєте?
Мы не понимаем.
Я?
Йо, хороший
Добро,
Николай,
хорошо.
кумалейте.
Николай, ассаламу алейкум, товариш!
Шалом алейкум,
Я
шахала, я
товариш Шейх,
хабибе.
ми захирали,
Ялла, ялла. Ольга,
Давайте,
Николай, красава.
This is for you. Take
Hello,
it.
Olga.
Yes.
Olga, I give you a present from the Iron Sheik, one half of the greatest tag team in history.
Gold.
Hello, Vladimir, how are you?
How are you? Nice to see. Coming to this house.
very nice,
Olga,
thank
Olga, we'll give them something to eat.
divorce.
Something.
Divorce.
Sit. He made
Pardon
this
me.
house just like in Russia. Wonderful.
Pardon me, could,
Olga, you should have seen the old furnishings.
You're
Can I say
welcome.
hello here?
For the new
You
ones.
certainly can. Get
Pardon me?
over there.
This gentleman over here.
Yes, how do you do? McMahon, Vince McMahon?
Megan, it's nice to see you.
This is
And your
Lord
daughter
Alfred
is
Hayes,
here
yes.
too.
Lord Alfred Hayes?
Yes, how are you? sir? Olga, bing,
Olga.
wait, would
Hi,
you
Olga.
like something to
Olga.
drink?
Sure, I'd like to have something to drink.
Vodka. I bring you a little vodka.
I'll
Vodka,
get
would you like?
four.
Try.
Sure.
Try a little vodka.
I'm not real big on vodka, but
Please, try the vodka. It's wonderful. Smooth like Gosler's gin. Try the vodka.
you drink vodka?
Yes. Nikolai, you have this. Wait, I give more. Everybody gets a little vodka.
In Russia,
Mr.
all drink
Sheik,
vodka.
have a little
All
vodka.
right, wait a second. Now we have to have a toast or
Why, I'll
something.
give you a toast. Don't worry about it.
All right, okay.
I like your
Here you
uncle.
are.
Nice
Okay.
man.
Harris.
All right.
There you are, Lord.
Everybody drink.
Everybody drink.
Zdravia.
Zdravia.
Back to me next
Zdravia.
year. Everybody drink. Wonderful. You
Hush,
drink
hush,
good.
drink.
Very nice. What is it? You can't. It's not good for him.
Drink,
It's good for the chest.
Drink,
Drink all the
drink.
time.
Drink.
She get good. Yes.
Should we sit down?
Yes.
Sit down, sit down.
Sorry.
Drink.
This is real
Now,
gold.
Fred.
Woo! Real gold.
Yes, yes.
Nikolai, maybe you can get
Oh,
me
yeah,
a suit
the
like
one
that.
inch.
Maybe
Well, that's
I can
all right.
change.
Make yourself comfortable, Nikolai.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Welcome.
Never
Welcome
mind.
to my
Never
humble
mind.
home.
Vince.
This is all new.
Where you
family
gonna
we have a thing
stand?
for you.
I'll
In
stand
a
here.
loving
All right, then.
Because Nikolai,
Stand, please, Mr.
the
Watch
whole
that
world
glass.
loves you.
Champion.
They love my friend.
Look at this awful television. Look at
Look at the telly.
that awful television.
Is on. Wonderful. We have
What's wrong with the
20
television?
No, nothing wrong. Russian television, 24 hours a day, static.
24 hours, I
Wonderful. My
see.
favorite
Yes,
show,
yes.
static.
Yes, right.
It's called pay static.
Pay static.
So if one of you put in 3 rubles, you get static all day.
Let me ask you,
Very. I like it.
what does Nikolai Volkov mean to the USSR?
Nikolai Volkov to the USSR. Kritsavitsa. Wonderful, beautiful person. Spirit of Russia. Great patriotic war. Russia's by the eyes. 25 million Russian die in great patriotic war. We got hero now. We got a hero in Nikolai. Yes, Olga, you know Nikolai, our hero. That's what means to Russia.
All right, but nonetheless, what about the association then with the Iron Sheik? Surely that's not exactly.
Well, everybody should have a friend.
Stand next to the.
Everybody should have a friend. And if he's my friend, you're my friend. What is your name, sir?
Hayes, Alfred Hayes. Let me ask you this now. What, in terms of the Russians, I understand that they're pretty good people. What do they think really of Freddie Blassie?
Pretty good people. Wonderful people. Freddie, a man that wears gold, what should you think of him, huh? Wonderful person.
Thank you.
This comes off maybe a little bit. You should get something exchange.
I don't
You want
think
to buy
so,
rubles
no.
a little bit? I got
Never mind.
He's a wonderful person. The manager of the year should be manager of the year, of the century.
Manager of the century.
And so all the Russian people,
Definitely.
they vote Fred Blassie #1 manager of the whole world.
Thank you.
For a show.
Not just Russia, but
For a
America,
show.
whole world, #1.
We have
Nice to see you,
organized
sir.
the whole
Don't
neighborhood
talk
to
so
vote
much.
for
Did
you.
you make your point, Isabel?
Thank you, sweetheart. You're
Oh,
very
yeah,
good.
my
My throat is
everybody
burned.
here.
You must excuse me. There was something in that vodka.
What?
In my vodka, you said there was something. Of course,
I think
potatoes. Comes from you give a
Potatoes,
squeeze
bulba.
of potato. Bulbus.
Bulbus.
I've had
Olga,
hard.
what does Olga have here with that?
Olga has borscht.
Borscht.
It's the blood of
3 days
Russia.
It takes to make. It's my mother's recipe. You squeeze the beets with your feet.
You
Very
give them
good,
a
Olga. I
1-2.
like that.
Don't step on my new rock,
You need
please.
long toes to squeeze the beets
No,
with the
strong
feet.
ankles.
Yeah.
Strong ankles.
Strong ankles,
Strong
and also
ankles.
a little
Strong
sour
knees
cream
also.
you got.
It's
With black bread.
precious,
You
you
take
know.
the black bread, you crunch up the black, you eat an onion like this, nah?
yeah.
You walk. Have some borscht.
Oh,
It's good for you.
I'll be
My
delighted.
mother's
Have it.
borscht.
Olga fixed it, you look good, you go to
Very
camp.
good, very good. I like the way you
Give
do.
him.
That's why you got so
Give
big
that
and
thing
strong.
over there.
yeah.
With the
Listen,
face.
Alfred, try some of the borscht.
Give him the
Yeah,
borscht.
Have some
Yeah,
borscht.
yeah,
You're insulting.
Borscht.
You're insulting him.
Everybody make him drink the borscht.
Drink the borscht.
Drink the borscht.
Drink the borscht.
Drink, that's wonderful. Oh,
Wonderful,
okay.
wonderful.
It's a mother's
Why are you holding your nose? It's a wonderful thing. The sheik is
sheik.
going to drink borscht. Drink, it's kosher, sheik. Drink.
There you are, Sheik. Very good.
That's nice.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Well, I'm
Mr.
so
Blassie,
happy.
you have not had any borscht
I
yet.
just had a late lunch.
Well, have an early supper.
Yes, come on.
Yeah.
Have some. Come on, Mr. Blassie.
You're a good man.
Well, what
That's
do you
it.
think? You
Yes,
you
have
think
it.
now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's cheating. He's cheating. Oh, he's cheating.
Don't get it on you. There.
Oh, you got some on your
Don't
suit there,
get
Mr.
on you.
Blassie.
Don't get it on you. There's
You
it.
got some on your jacket there. Yes.
Must be done, yeah.
Don't get it, must be done.
Don't
Well,
get it on
we'll,
you.
we'll,
Must be done, yeah.
we'll return if you don't mind.
Yes,
We have a little
I'm
piece of
glad you
business
come.
here. We have
We'll
something
have
known as a
all-
commercial here in this
Yes,
country.
commercial.
And we'll be back right after this commercial announcement.
You're a wonderful person. I like to see you here. Come again every time you're in the
This is it
neighborhood.
for the
Thank you.
Russia.
Hey! Mr. Gabriel!
We have a wonderful time.
Back with more TNT.
You got good friends.
Faculty, dobro.
Yes, and this is a very, first of all, I would like to say, comrade, this is a very, very nice apartment.
Yes, it's brand new. All the furnishing is new. We trade in the old stuff for this.
It's very, very nice. That sofa especially is.
Yes, it's an heirloom. It's made completely from hair.
Yes, I'll buy that in a second.
We learned it on a heirloom.
Now, I'd like to, you haven't seen too much American television, I'd like to take you back to a match that involved Freddie Blassie, the Iron Sheik,
The Iron Sheik.
Nikolai Volkov, and George the Animal Steele.
George the Animal Steel.
Yes.
Nah, with that Dr. Zygmunt. No, I don't want to see what that guy is.
Well, we'll take you now to the videotape footage of what we saw not all that long ago. Let's go now to the videotape. We will see the six-man match joined in progress, by the way.
Amerikanska propaganda.
The tag team action. Ricky Steamboat still maintaining his control over the Iron Sheik. Sheik has had great difficulty teaming with his partners as of late. Over, no, yes, nice maneuver.
Wow, what a power body slam on that.
Sheik now getting up, but look at this. Off the top rope and a drop kick by Ricky Steamboat.
And Steamboat's going up again.
Oh, look at that. It may be over too. No.
Big Nikolai Volkov coming in and making that save. And the Sheik manages to tag Volkov.
Yes, but look at the karate style of Ricky Steamboat. Very successful thus far. Oh my, Nikolai Volkov right into the foot. But now, double team effort continues. Volkov off the rope, double drop kick. The big 330-pound Russian covered one. We get two, no. So close.
Unbelievable teamwork right now between Rotundo, Windham, and Steamboat.
Double team effort again, and double elbows this time. Volkov on the receiving end of a great deal of punishment. The 230-pound Volkov being taken extraordinary amount. Rotundo down in front. With a leg to the chest. Cover. Plato's in, and the animal's in there. Now that is blatant. The animal risking disqualification. Oh, look at that. From behind, Volkov attacking Mike Rotundo, going downstairs now.
Rotundo made a big mistake there. He turned towards the animal steel and left himself open.
All right, off there, trying to get the one, two. Oh, so close. Well, Volkov with a roundhouse break. This time they're getting for sure. Corner's down. Two. Oh, wow, Rotundo coming so very, very close. Again, wait, all blocked up in the corner now. Referee trying to get a clean break out of there, and does indeed on the part of Rotundo. Tiger's bait now. Barry Windham coming through. Barry Windham with a roundhouse right to the midsection a moment ago. Volkov trying to set him up.
That was classy, Freddie Blassie. I'd be real worried.
Even more worried now with Volkov watching it, but he was in the rope. Volkov tagging, and here comes the animal. Look at this. The most unorthodox wrestler in the world today. George the Animal Steele. Look at this. The Animal can trade punches with anyone. I think he feels no pain at all. No one wants to tag the Animal.
What's going on here? Freddie Blassie's tag team champions just dropped down off the ring apron, and they're taking a breather outside.
Windham rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. I got it. This place goes bonkers, and the Animal's going bonkers. Look at him. The Animal, very much upset and justifiably so, deserted by his tag team partners. Look at the Animal.
I'm shocked, Vince McMahon. I don't understand why Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik dropped down to the floor. And what's this?
Volkov and the Sheik attacking the Animal. I guess.
Unbelievable.
But look at this. George the Animal still cleaning house in there.
He's just run his own tag team partners out of the ring. Here comes Lou Albano.
Lou Albano, former manager of George the Animal Steele. Trying to calm him down. Volkov and the Sheik apparently unable to coordinate well with George the Animal Steele. Steele cost him the match, there's no doubt of that, but only when there was no one home when he tried to tag out.
George the Animal went to tag out, and Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, for some unknown reason, I don't know if under orders of Freddie Blassie or what, dropped to the floor, refused to tag out.
Nonetheless, it'll go down as a defeat in the record books for that threesome, and I'm sure manager Freddie Blassie is not too happy at all about that. The Animal, the most unpredictable wrestler there is, for sure, on his way back to the dressing room. All right.
Lose that match because you win. You will not finish. That's the spirit
He
of
cost
the
us,
Russian.
we lost the match.
That's the he
Wait
lose
just
that
a minute.
match.
I've heard and I've seen indeed desertion among the ranks, but my goodness, I mean, you fellas just turned on George the Animal Steele.
What do you mean we turn on? He double-crossed us. He went to the American side. He cost us. We lost the match. For this reason, we don't need like a partner. George Steele, Lou Albano. I can't wait to the real Nikolai Volkov myself. Sample and somehow catch you. George
Let
Steele,
me just
you
ask
cost
you.
us lost that match.
Gentlemen, is there anything that you would like to leave the American viewers? Any words of wisdom before we depart?
Spirit.
Spirit.
Nikolai.
Russian national anthem.
We'll be back. We'll be back with more TNT. Stay with us. Thank you, boys. Back with more TNT. How bad was the borscht?
The borscht was just awful. But more than that, the stench, the aroma that came from it.
the borscht?
Well, mostly from, I'm afraid, Vladimir's wife.
Olga?
Smelt to heaven.
You have got to be kidding me. In what? Well,
Well, she pushes her feet into the borscht, those smelly feet into that. It goes through the toes, and you can imagine what that smells like. Just awful.
Blassie liked it, though, did he not?
Blassie seemed to enjoy it tremendously. He got some sort of thrill from it.
Somehow that really doesn't surprise me. Does it surprise you at all?
Not at all, no.
Well, we're going to take you some videotape footage in a moment that might surprise you a little bit because it involves, without a doubt, one of the greats in the World Wrestling Federation today, the Dragon Ricky Steamboat, on location with Mean Gene Okerlund. So let's take you now to the Dragon Ricky Steamboat.
Gene Okerlund here on location at the Temple of Ching Lao with Rick the Dragon Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat, it is right here on these premises where you and others have gone through and will go through intense training in preparation for not only professional wrestling, but for life itself.
That's true, Gene. Many hours, many days, many weeks, rolled into months, 28 months to be exact.
Wow.
Mind and body as one, physical and mental preparation in the martial arts.
And certainly, Ricky Steamboat, it has prepared you, as I've said before, for the World Wrestling Federation. Let's journey through the Temple of Ching Lao for the 3 true tests of Ricky Steamboat. All right, Rick the Dragon Steamboat, we are on the Bridge of Serenity, and I can see this is tremendously serene with the beautiful foliage, the gorgeous flowers. It is absolutely breathtaking. It is quite a scene indeed.
Gene, it was not always so serene. When it was here, I took my first test.
Rick the Dragon Steamboat, you said your first test, that brutal attack, you were able to withstand. Incredible indeed.
A lot of years of training, a lot of instinctive years of training, which have taught me the many times that I've had to do battles. The instinct is where it comes in, of being able to fight your foe to and from yourself.
Very good. Richard, let's turn around and leave the Bridge of Serenity and enter the Gardens of Tranquility. Absolutely beautiful. Here we are, Ricky Steamboat, in the Garden of Tranquility. A gorgeous environment, no question about that. It is here where the monks put you through a very rigorous mental and physical training to prepare you for the life ahead of you.
That's very true, Gene. Mental preparedness, physical preparedness, but also the awareness of the martial art weapons. This is what the monks wanted. This is where I went through my second true test.
Rick the Dragon Steamboat, the mental and physical discipline had to be unbelievable, as it still is. Your first test on the Bridge of Serenity. And even now, as we leave this garden, that test in the past here in the Garden of Tranquility. And now, your third test, the one that took place in the Temple of Ching Lao.
That's correct, Gene. The third test in the Temple of Ching Lao was the most strenuous test of all. In front of the monks, in person, I had to prove myself once again. I had to prove myself to be awarded this jacket and black belt.
Geez, that was a very impressive piece. I wonder if that was Mean Gene Okerlund on the gong.
I would have thought somebody with much stronger arms than him, but
I would think.
I'm awestruck with that. Gosh, that took my breath away. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
No doubt the Dragon is a very impressive athlete, and again, we will continue to follow, of course, the career of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We hope to have him here on TNT in a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. We'll be back as we continue with more TNT. Stay with us. To join us in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, what did you call him? The corpulent captain?
The corpulent captain, yes. He seems to be consuming a lot more food these days than he has in the past.
Nonetheless, one of the most successful managers of all time. Would you please welcome Captain Louis Albano and George the Animal Steele? Seat, if you would, please.
How you been, Vinny?
I'm terrific, Mr. Albano.
He's looking great.
Really,
Such
the
a
last
prestigious show here.
Last time you joined us, the animal, of course, was what is it? You had a few problems, did you?
Well, Vinny, we had that George under the care of that quack that I found out now that he's a veterinarian. He's got a BUI, BUT, and a BSc from veterinarian hospital. And there's Sigmund Ziff. The man is a complete idiot. He took George to the height, perhaps a 90% of normality, and then bing, shot him right back down to a -10. So we're going to try to keep away from him. There's certain things in the wind. I don't know if it's lawsuit or not lawsuit, but we're going to let that go. Let's get away from Sigmund Ziff. I'm very disappointed. But let me tell you something, Vince. This man at my right, yes, he had a speech impediment. At the age of 12 playing football, he split his tongue. A plastic and steel plate was inserted into the man's tongue. The man had inserted
plastic
into them,
and steel.
And steel combined. It was a combination. It's a zither-frame steel wrapped in clonic plastic.
Is it on the tip of the tongue?
It's inside, inserted right in the center of the tongue. George, tongue. Tongue, George. Tongue.
Hey!
There you go. Notice the thickness of his tongue.
Well, then that's why it's
great. It has a 703.2 calumic rhythmic. Now look at it. There you go. Right. That's the tongue. I see the scar. Laceration.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, George.
Yeah.
Easy.
Feel?
Yeah. Go ahead. Touch it. No. Go ahead now. Touch. You asked about the tongue. All right. Now, this had left the man with a speech impediment. He had a lisp when he talked. The man had a complex. The children all made fun of him in school. He grew up that way until he was able to defend himself and able to protect his name and reputation.
All right.
And to this day, he felt the fans were against him, but now realizing that all America and all the youth, and he's got my team, Windham and Rotundo, who are world champions, in his corner, and he realizes that the people love him, they respect him, he's one of a kind, my man, your man, USA's man, George the Animal Steele.
With that, we will take you now to some videotape footage of George the Animal Steele.
Capacity crowd on hand loving it. Only one in the building not liking it, Michael Watson, which is very understandable. George the Animal Steele recently reinvading the World Wrestling. Oh my God, no. Hung onto the second rope that time, saved his neck. Referee either count the guy out or disqualify the animal. Do something, take charge for God's sakes. Give me a break. I've lost track. It's 8 or 10 times now. The animal's taken this youngster and thrown him through the ring ropes. Now he's going to work on that left arm. Possibly setting him up for that flying hammerlock, which is his favorite hold, submission hold. Look at the animal now, his devious mind. Going to work. Left arm and shoulder. Steele gonna send him out once more, over the top this time. How much punishment can one individual take? He's still getting up, ready to come back inside. Obviously, more guts than brains on the part of Michael Jackson. Or Michael Watson. I got Michael Jackson on my mind. Again! That's at least a dozen times outside the ring. George the Animal Steel could have put away this individual a long time ago. Maybe George is having a good time. Classic individual, George the Animal Steel. Uh-oh, there it comes. Flying hammerlock, didn't waste any time in submitting.
There is a look at George the Animal Steel now as we see him. And as you brought out earlier, Mr. Albano, certainly the most unusual athlete in the World Wrestling Federation today.
Well, it's a known fact that George did have, from all this mistreatment,
Excuse me, Mr. Albano, what is that protruding from?
That's a cliff neck. It's laid there, just something to keep me elucidated and watch what's going on as I'm discussing this problem of George Steele with you. The man was known to be schizophrenic, suicidal, and homicidal, as we stated before. They noted that back in the medulla oblongata of the man's brain, which lies at the base of the head, there was a calcium deposit. The doctor said, Captain, this could be dissolved. We tried the shock therapy, and we know that didn't work, but lithium could perhaps dissolve this on George. And with my treatment, and with the guidance and tutelage, and being kind to George the Animal Steel, who is without a doubt the most ferocious, vicious, animalistic man in the world today, but I do believe that the man can be controlled. I do believe that he's seen the light at the side of the captain and my world champions, Barry Windham, and just a minute, don't interrupt me, Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda. I believe that George Steele is one of a kind. He has seen the light and he will be helped.
What about the thank you. What about the diet, the unborn virgin?
I have stated to many an athlete out there, if you'd like to be like the captain and be in my rare form, you notice this is actually, it's all muscle, solid muscle. You understand that? What it is a low carbohydrate diet. I've stated here before, I have a 33-inch waist. I lied before I come out and said I had a 31-inch waist. 33-inch waist, 60-inch chest, 23-inch arm. Now, I've been known to bench press 617 pounds, but I'm not going to brag about myself. I'm going to talk about 3 quarts of unborn virgin goat's milk daily.
And that's what the animal consumes?
The animal consumes that. You've got to increase your intake of protein and cut out, remember this, you've got to cut down on the carbohydrate. I see you holding your hand up. Don't be giving a signal. Go ahead, leave it your show. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. It must be difficult with the plastic and metal plate to be able to, when you drink something, the tongue...
No, not at all. The tongue revolvates and goes back into the back of the brain, into the pellet, back to the esophagus, and right down, and he gets one of... right out, you know what I mean?
Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
right out.
Well, nonetheless, whatever it is that this man is on, in terms of diet, certainly it carries him a long way in the World Wrestling Federation in terms of his successful ventures, and we wish him continued luck. George the Animal Steel will be back with more TNT. Stay with us. All right, back with more TNT, and the animal is, he's really on a tear as of late, especially I would think that goat's milk, I think it has more of an effect on him than actually Albano thinks it really does.
I think the combination of those two things have really driven him to ruthless extremes. Have you seen him recently in the ring? Yes. He just tears everybody to pieces.
Lou Albano no doubt has the animal up for all of his matches, as he has indeed our next guest, primed for tag team action or individual competition at all times. Would you please welcome once again Captain Louis Albano, but now with his guest, Barry Windham, Mike Rotundo, the tag team champion. Mr. Albano, you were just here a moment ago.
Barry, being on your show, it's such an honor and a pleasure. You're so prestigious, you and your show, that it's an honor for me to be here with my champions.
Yes, let me ask the tag team champions a question about the influence of Louis Albano. And I understand that you credit Mr. Albano in terms of his ability to guide you in terms of strategy and whatever it may be for a certain amount of your success, do you not?
Well, there's no doubt. I feel that Captain has had a big influence on us. You know, he took us at a time when we gained the titles, and you know it was just a big part of what he had to give to us as much as what we had to give to him, and you know it's all been working out very well. He keeps on us in a rigorous schedule, believe me.
I'm sure of that, yes. But let me ask you this also, in terms of other influences of Luis Albano, Barry, what about Mr. Albano's etiquette? It's a little different than what we have seen you gentlemen.
You know, that's something we have to overlook sometimes. The captain, we can't take him in a nice restaurant. They won't let us in sometimes if the captain's with us, but it's okay. Just.
But yeah, I guess it's one of these things where you just have to accept him for what he is. I mean,
the captain is what he is. He's always going to be that way, but he's got a heart of
Peg
gold.
principle.
That's what matters.
Heart of
Politeness, etiquette, and grooming.
I think this is the most important thing right here.
Yes, it is.
There you
Let's
go.
take you now some videotape footage. All right, let's go to the tape.
I ain't got better little wager on you. I doubt if he will match Windham, Rotundo, or Barry Ho on the speed department. He's bigger. He may be strong. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, look at that.
Valentine. Look at this. Valentine. There's Beefcake. Jimmy Hart.
Valentine and Beefcake coming out to take a look. The tag team champions, I believe. Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo. Oh, my. Windham winding up Barry O. And, of course, you hear that megaphone in the background of Jimmy Hart.
Oh.
Windham set up to the ropes. Oh, my. Shoulder block. To the ropes again. Behind drop kick by Barry Windham. Nicely done. Up goes Barry O. And a slam. Tag is made. Let's see what this... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I think you've got to be kidding me. Look at that. That's the biggest piece of garbage I think I've ever seen. He should be wrapped in a glad bag. Give me a break. What? Look at that. Nicely done. What a suplex.
Well, I'll tell you what, he doesn't look too good, but he must weigh well over 300 pounds. And
200 of it's got to be blubber. Double drop kick. They nailed him. What a walrus.
But Windham was still able to pick him up for a suplex, and look at Rotundo going to work on him now.
Oh, he's just all over the canvas, that man is. He's leaving stains everywhere.
In other words, you don't think he runs too many miles every day, huh?
Oh, look at that. Bulldog, it's where he belongs. Turn around the dog and drop kick. 2 and 3. All right. Despite the interference of Jimmy Hart, along with Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine. Despite the interference from the outside, nonetheless, Barry Windham, Mike Rotundo victorious.
The winners of this match, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo.
All right, back with Luis Albano along with the tag team champions. And by the way, notwithstanding the interruption there, as we saw earlier on with Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine, another thing we'd like to make mention, and Mr. Albano, since you're here and so conspicuously here, is the Manager of the Year contest, in which you're right up there in the running, right up in the thick of things. And I wonder what would it mean to you gentlemen for Lou Albano to win this contest?
It would mean the world for us because Lou has done nothing but good things for us. He's worked hard for us, and just being himself, I think he deserves it.
Can I point this out, Vinny, that I'm not the trainer of Mike, and Mike, two-time All-American at Syracuse University, and Barry Windham, but I am a manager. I handle all financial affairs, and I handle matches, and I film matches in entirety, and I give this to our trainers to point out weaknesses. And in my book, these are perhaps the greatest conditioned athletes in the world today, and they're my 15th tag team champions, and they've got something special. You know, it was Freddie Blassie who interfered when we lost the belts, but now we've got them back, and I see we've got Brutus Beefcake, Greg Valentine, and there's Jimmy Hart barking at our doorstep with Johnny Valiant. We're going to have a lot of comers, and we vowed that when we were champions, we would take on all comers. We're thoroughly prepared. We're ready. We are true Americans. We're not worried about Iran or Russia or anything else. If you live in this country, baby, living it, playing it, staying it, eat it, drink it, live it. I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud of Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA. Here my men. These are my champions, world champions, your champion.
For the
God bless
benefit
you.
of those of you who would like to vote for Captain Louis Albano as Manager of the Year, we hasten you may do so by writing to this address, Manager of the Year, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836. We wish you well, Mr. Albano.
And I ain't doing that for manager votes. I'm doing that because we're our country. Let's live it and eat it, baby. It's our country.
Thank you. And Lord Alfred Hayes, we would like to thank our guest, Freddie Blassie, along with the Iron Sheik, and of course Nikolai Volkov, Comrade Vladimir. And also Louis Albano, Barry Windham, Mike Rotundo, and of course George the Animal Steele, and also you, Lord Alfred Hayes, and for trying that borscht. That is, I'm sure, an experience you will never forget.
That was a nasty, nasty experience, and I certainly hope it's not repeated.
Well, next week to join us will be the Fabulous Moolah, and the Fabulous Moolah, no doubt, is one of the great...
Понимаете, приятель, все поденет, а тут не веда порбош, ведь это алгами дечет, китиване поршама, деди, naughty boy.
English, can you speak English?
Yes, a little English. You say that alga with the feet, stinking feet, she make for you special boss, bringing the whole neighborhood to go dancing on the boss, and you try it, you learn to like it, darling, give it a try. Put inside drink.
That's very
for you,
nice.
Sir, because you knock down 1, 2, 3, gift of Russian. Boys, it's a pleasure to sing on you. Once again, I give you what everybody wants to say.
We'll be back with more TNT next week. Goodbye.